Hola amigos y amigas, I'm Leila, also known as Miss Bohemia, and I'm here with a sort of overdue video. I haven't done a hair update in quite a while. I don't even remember what my last one was. So this is a comprehensive hair journey update because I'm still dealing with my curly hair journey. I think it's a forever thing with curly girls, but I'm also dealing with a gray hair journey, which I embarked on last year in August of 2021. It is now November 2022. So it's been a year and 3 months, and this is what my hair looks like. I still have some blonde bits on my hair. Let me turn around and show you. This creaking chair is driving me crazy. So as you can see, the back of my hair doesn't really have much blonde in it anymore. It's been pretty much chopped off. I'm trying to keep the hair a little longer looking in the front as I grow it out. Ideally, I want to grow it back down to my waist, which is where I had it most of my life, except for since 2015 when I cut my hair, and it feels like it's been an insanely crazy journey because that's when I went blonde and I dealt with so much breakage on and off throughout the years. I had managed to grow my hair to here by 2019, at which point stylists damaged my hair and I had a whole nightmarish hair damage situation, which you can view here. It was kind of like my first debut video onto YouTube. I didn't think I would embark on a YouTube journey, but my hair was in such a damaged state. And I've since been dying and trying to grow it out. And the thing that has been the most rewarding is this. Look at what I can do. You see like a lot of curly girls going like this and showing off the backs of their hair, or going like this from the side. I haven't been able to do that since starting this YouTube channel because I had so much damage, and the crux of the damage was happening on the crown of my hair where I was experiencing a ton of breakage. So for the longest time, I just had really thin hair there. I pretty much had a hole there. So I kept having to go in and big chop and reshape. And finally last year when I decided to go on the gray hair journey, I've since just gone in pretty much once every 6 to 7 months for trims. I mean, I went in after August, I went in November, and then I went in June, and I'm due to go back in soon. So that's all the trims I've had since going gray twice, and my hair is growing in and thriving and feeling so amazing. And the thing that's been the most surprising is that I'm totally comfortable with the way my hair looks. I think part of the healing thing for me has been the fact that I'm a roller skater, I'm a roller girl, I'm a roller dancer, and I drill every night and I tape myself every night and I post roller dancing reels on Instagram. So to be able to kind of view myself, kind of like stepping out of my body and take a good look at myself and what I'm doing and how I must look to others, kind of like stepping out of my body and not just seeing my face in the mirror, because sometimes we don't see ourselves the best light. It's been very healing to kind of see myself on Instagram as someone else would view me. I'm like, well, that chick doesn't look that bad and she's pretty cool with what she's doing and her vibe and stuff and her roller dancing. So it's made me appreciate myself more and to see myself in a more positive light as I embarked on this journey, because for the longest time I refused to ever even consider going gray. I never thought I would ever stop dyeing or bleaching my hair. Like if I was to stop bleaching my hair, I would have to figure out what color I would dye it, because going gray was just not an option. I had a whole video about that conundrum that you can view here, which is when I decided that okay, I'm gonna embark on this gray hair journey and see if I like it, and if I don't, I can always dye my hair. The deciding factor for me was, okay, am I gonna give in to like the vanity or this societal belief that I held that gray hair makes you look older and therefore I want to dye my hair, but that will compromise the health of my curls, which I now realize my curls were never thriving at their full potential throughout my entire life since I started dyeing and then bleaching my hair, because I didn't know any better, and I kept constantly damaging my hair with the dyes and the bleaching. So most of my life I've had some form of inadvertently relaxed hair, which sucks. And so for me the deciding factor was, okay, am I going to value color more or am I going to value my curls? I needed my curls. I needed my curls to live through their full potential, and for me to experience that for whatever life I have left in me. I want to live it to my fullest curl potential, and I'm hoping that somehow as my hair grows out it'll be big. I have looser curls. It's never going to be huge like you see with those beautiful girls with the tighter curls and this big hair. That would be my dream, like this huge mane of hair. Oh my god, in another life, can I please be reincarnated as that? Gorgeous, gorgeous. My fellow humans with the darker skin and the bigger hair are the most gorgeous. No offense to anyone lighter and looser hair. I mean, I'm lighter and looser than many, so that's my ideal human. Beautiful. But I'm not that kind of human. And so I want to just be the optimal me that I can be. And that includes my hair too. I mean, if you know me, I talk like this. And if you don't, you're like, what is up with this girl? She sounds insane. My optimal and the curliest I can get my hair to be naturally is this: to stop bleaching, stop dyeing my hair. And I feel that because of my roller skate journey and the fact that I chronicle that and I have to constantly tape myself and view myself, that's helped to me with my gray hair journey in accepting the look as it's evolved. And as I've grown into it, and I'm very comfortable with it, and it feels so amazing to not have to think about, oh my god, fitting some form of time to bleach my hair, because I was doing it myself with the help of my daughter at home for a while, or having to go to the salon, and then the expense, and then all the treatments, and then worrying, is my hair shedding or is it breaking, and what's all that hair on the floor mean, and is it really a lot of hair on the floor, or is that normal? It was just a whole fuckery of things that I no longer have to deal with. I feel so good. I've had a few little tangles at my ends, and to me that's like, oh, okay, my hair hasn't been behaving like that since my last trim, so I think it's time for a trim. And it's been 6 months. Not a bad way to live. And other than that, it's worry-free, and my hair responds so amazingly to products. Oh, another part of the journey is that when my hair was super crazy chemically treated high porosity, because I think I'm naturally high porosity. Now that I'm gray too, I am high porosity, but I'm not as high need as when I was bleached blonde, because I mean, that's, you're chemically like bursting open your cuticles, so you're gonna notice a difference when you're no longer doing that. But I'm still high porosity, but I'm a lower level of high porosity, and I've been noticing that recently. I've noticed a few changes. My hair reacts very differently to sulfate based shampoos, and shampoos that have harsher cleansing surfactants in them versus shampoos that have mild cleansing surfactants. So I mix it up because I mostly want to make sure that I'm cleansing my scalp properly. And it's weird because you think when my hair was more fragile blonde it would bother me more, but it didn't, or maybe it did and I didn't notice. I don't really know. But somehow when I use shampoos with harsher cleansing surfactants, my hair just feels really stripped and like straw and gets really tangled. But at the same time, it might be that that's occurring more in the blonde bits. So I'll be curious to see where the shampoo hair journey situation ends up once I no longer have any blonde in my hair and as my hair evolves. So I'm gonna hit a pause on that because I don't really have any clear-cut answers, and I don't quite understand right now fully what my hair is going through. Every once in a while I get questions as to specifics and what an exact routine should look like, and how do I diffuse my hair, and why don't I make videos about exactly how to diffuse hair. And I don't like talking along those terms in a one-size-fits-all, because it's not about that. And the only reason I share my hair journey, it's not to tell you, well, this is how you do things and this is how it has to be and this is the order it has to be in. No, you have to understand your hair, and that's the thing that I will always harp on the most. You have to get to understand your hair. The main factor is porosity, and I talk about a healing hair journey ritual situation in this video here. Obviously my routine has changed a lot since then. I no longer use protein treatments. I do K18 once a month. I have a whole K18 video that you can also view, and you can view that video here. But the basic gist, understanding porosity, is what I cover more in depth in that video, and that is key. And in addition to understanding your porosity, there's different levels within a porosity, and I could have the same exact porosity as someone else who has a tighter curl texture, and our hair is still going to react differently to things, because when your hair is drastically such different textures, that factors into how a product reacts with you, your lifestyle, your refresh, your routine. And the structure of the hair is different when it's a tighter curl versus my looser 3A curl. And those elements all factor in to make all our hair so different that we don't have a one-size-fits-all. So my hope is that when I share the videos as to what products work for me and why they work for me and what I feel their strengths are, etc., that what you take from it is, in your hair journey, you want to understand your hair. Other products, for example, that I have tried and your experience was a little different than mine, that kind of gives you an idea as to how your hair might react to products that I try. Do you know what I mean? So like, I don't know, if one product is super moisturizing for me and I use it every day and my hair just just soaks it up, but you have a lower level of porosity, for example, and your hair does really well with it, but you can't add as much in as I do, then you kind of have to understand to tailor things to your hair in that sense. So when I talk about products, okay, fine, it may work for me this way. How will it work for your hair? It's not a one size fits all, and everyone has to just play around. I mean, that's the time consuming part of the curly hair life. You have to jump in, you have to experiment, you have to play around. There's no other way around it, and just see how your hair reacts. And that's the only way to know how your hair reacts, is to just let it react. It sounds so simple, but it's all I can say when people ask me, oh, well, how should I do this? And how do you diffuse? And when it comes to diffusing and styling, I don't have a routine. I don't have a formula. I see a lot of people giving formulas. First, you have to hover, and then you have to do this, and then you have to do that setting. Bullshit. Just do whatever works with your hair. For the main part, I saw Yara Shahidi's stylist say that he always starts with like a full speed cold blast on her hair. A lot of people will say full speed hot blast on their hair for the most part, but I like the idea of the cold blast, and I tried it out because Yara Shahidi looks bomb and her hair is beautiful, and she's part Iranian. Has nothing to do with the hair, but I'm like, well, I'll try that. I like that for me. Does it do anything? I don't know. And for the most part, I start with a low heat setting, low speed setting, and then when I feel I can move up to a higher speed setting and I keep it on the low heat, I do, and I just gauge it, and I'll flip my hair upside down at certain points. I flip it to the side. I do what works for me, and I just go with the flow of my hair and with what my hair is visually telling me as it dries. And sometimes while it's drying, if I didn't add product in properly and it's starting to look frizzy, I might go in with more. So again, you have to know your hair, you have to understand the language of your hair, and you have to come up with your own routine for your hair. So I will not be making any diffusion videos, etc., because I don't think there's a one size fits all. You just have to play around. The main takeaways and the main tips that I would give with diffusing is you want to protect your hair. So use a thermal hair protector, is that what they call it? Thermal heat protectant, to protect your hair from the heat. Always diffuse, do not just straight on blow dry, and keep your heat in the lowest setting. I use a Dyson, it's very potent, but Dyson really controls heat well. So even if I was to go higher, I would have more of a safety net with Dyson versus other hair dryers. So overall, I would advise use a low heat setting and then play around with the speed setting, depending on your hair and how the cast is forming or drying, whether you're getting frizz or not. That will determine, are you going to keep it at a low speed setting throughout the whole drying process? Do you want to go higher? That's up to you, but that's the very basic gist of what I do. And again, I have probably found some routine that works for me that I don't really need to share because it's just tailor-made for me, but it has been through a lot of trial and error until I found and understood what my hair was telling me. And it's a matter of really mastering the art of listening to your hair. And I think that's it. I mean, that's pretty much it with my hair journey for the last few months, because I've had a lot of oral surgery. That's why I'm toothless, and hopefully I'll get teeth in January. But that's affected me in the sense that I haven't been able to hold pills down, because for the longest time I was only able to eat a highly liquid diet. So I haven't been taking biotin and multivitamins and iron pills since September. So no, since June. So for 5 months I haven't really been taking my supplements. I don't feel like I've lost hair. I don't know. That's been a big change. I haven't noticed a marked difference. For a while I was using the iRestore Pro laser helmet, and you can view that series here. Didn't do much for me. I do not recommend it. It's overpriced. I don't feel like it did much, and I don't feel like I lost anything by stopping its use. And I think that kind of brings you guys up to speed. And I have been on a whole Soultanicals kick and love affair, and I have a whole playlist on that, which is linked to below. And that's it. That's pretty much the update on my hair journey. I mean, I'm hoping that if I was to do another update, let's say a year from now, I will have way longer hair, because my goal is to grow it down to my waist. And by then I should no longer have blonde bits, and hopefully it's thriving, and hopefully my curls are just beautiful and coily and luscious. And if they could somehow get tighter, thank you universe, I would be in heaven. And I hope my hair looks big, but more than anything, I hope it's strong and growing and full, and hopefully it gets denser somehow. But that's it. I think I've covered everything I could think of, and if I haven't, well, you can ask me questions and I will do my best to answer them thoroughly, or link you to videos where I may have answered them already. Did I give a comprehensive overview? I'm happy with where I am. I'm happy with how I look, aside from the lack of teeth, but that's a whole other story. And I appreciate you tuning in and staying on this journey with me as it evolves. I would love to know more about yours, so if you want to share, please feel free to let me know what's happening with your journey. If you have any questions, if you have any tips to share. And that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for more. And I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.